Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival, and here we are guys on a very bright day on Omicron. The birds are flying overhead, and for the person who passed a comment and said can you shoot the birds down, and the answer is no, they're almost decor, and that is going to set the theme for this part. I want to go through some comments and suggestions that you guys have put into the videos, and from that point of view guys, a very big thank you for all these comments and feedback. It is completely overwhelming the way you guys have engaged with this let's play, and it's something that really fascinates me guys. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through some of these, try and explain and answer a couple of questions that people have asked. But before we do, and to do that guys, I need to get in here, and where's my large constructor if I can find it. We can might be able to do it with the advanced constructor. I want a core. Yeah, we should be able to build a core because I want to go and take over a neutral base. But the first thing we're going to do guys is we're going to jump into our ship, power it up, we're going to take off, and we're going to head back to the patrol vessel base because, well, let me just mark it on the map first guys so I know where I'm going. And I'm just going to mark that up. It's over that way, level off because we can get in third person. Yeah, this is based on a comment from John VZ800 who actually pointed out that I'd actually missed some very key premium loot on this base, so we're going to go back and revisit it, and after we've done that we're actually going to go and take over a neutral base so that I can answer a question from Staffar, I think that's how it's pronounced. I must admit, neutral bases is not something that... This is annoying me. I think I need to zoom out a bit, guys, and gain a bit more height. For some reason it's... I must admit, I have been doing some off-camera play, and I think it's probably altered the settings. Yeah, back to what I was saying, guys, is I don't normally take over neutral bases. I tend to just host in them and take advantage of their resources. And so it's been a long time since I've actually taken over. I think it was back on... I think it was actually Alpha 6, I think, the last time I took over a neutral base. But we're going to go and take over, I think that is the shuttle hub, I think, over here. Yeah, we're going to go take that over in a little while. But first we're going to go to the patrol vessel and do that. And see if we can find this special loot. It doesn't seem to be flying very fast at the moment. And just going to ease in on the shuttle base here. Patrol vessel base goes one way about. Yeah, so this part's going to be very much about your comments and feedbacks, guys. So I'm just going to cruise in, just get over, and we'll just let's move forward a little bit. Okay, I think that should be it. So here we are, guys. We're on the platform, and what John said is the loot is actually over the edge. So we're going to use the drone to go over the edge and have a look. Oh, I thought I'd looted all these. Okay, we're gonna... Oh, we got some more. Glad I came back. I think we'll just deconstruct. I don't really want these antennas. What I really want is the resources. Oh, there's another one here as well. Okay. I can hear a spider underneath, so we're just gonna... I think we'll just grab these. That's all there. It gives me I think it gives me a computer. Yeah, cobalt alloy. Oh, I think this is what Roger's talking about. He said there's some containers under the edge, so we're gonna have a look at that. Let's just finish off this first here, guys. Right, is there any more around here? Oops, there's a couple around here. Right on the extent of the... I think that's about it, guys. I suppose we could come in to the... Actually, if I fly up through there, that will give me... So it looks like it's actually... These are actually under these grills. Okay. So I think we're gonna... Yeah. Well, I need the plates anyway, because we're going to talk about building a capital ship, but I'm going to talk about that later. I don't want to talk about too many things at the same time, because I'm probably going to end up getting more confused than I already am. Wow, that's a nice bit of loot there. See what you mean. I'm just gonna grab this. Oh, small ammo box. Okay. There's somebody purring underneath me as well. So in theory, if we go down this one, just give myself plenty of room to work in. There's no point doing keyhole surgery. I mean, it's my base or my area to loot. So, well, what we got here? ATM, armored dock. Got some Satham ore. That could be useful, because I say I am. And what we got here? Oh, that's going to be very useful. What we got here? Laser rifle. Okay, and we've actually got some ammunition for it as well. Okay. Maybe we can have some fun with a laser rifle. Don't have that much ammunition for it though, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful. Got a pulse laser, T2 fridge, large O2 tank. Got some laser pistol cell. Okay, got a nice little haul here, guys. I'll just grab some more. Might as well grab the hardened steel plates. So I can't remember who actually said in a comment and said that hardened steel plates are quite useful from the point of view of building a capital ship. You can bung them in the factory. So I'm just going to jump back in here. I think we've got all the loot we need here, guys. So what we're going to do is the next part now. We're going to fly up towards the shuttle base. I'm just going to come back here. And so we're just going to land on it. Oh, we can land on the platform here. So just going to get in here, guys. As I say, this isn't something I would normally do, but the comment from Snafar has piqued my interest, because of course one of the things about when you play early access games, what worked before that may not necessarily work again. It's one of the things that can catch you out, guys, compared to like a game that's actually formally released. You can play it, and then what can happen is that you oops, I should have shot that. Now, yeah, as I say, you can play the game, go back, and when you come back and start, things have changed, and everything you thought you knew doesn't actually apply anymore. Actually, let's just do a reload. Just want to have a quick check up here, because sometimes I can't. Yeah, I did loot these. Now the question is, where is the core? I think the core is in the bottom of this thing here. So, well, I think we'll go up the quick way. I shouldn't have come up this way anyway. So if we go through this door here, we have to go up these steps. Yeah, but you can see the guards and that are all wandering around at the moment. Now I think what should happen is that we should be able to take out the core, and we shouldn't be attacked. We shouldn't everything there. But the question is, do all the NPCs despawn? I think initially they don't. Is it up or down? I think, wait, is it up? Well, certainly not up this high. Let me see. Yeah, it must be down. Okay, let's go all the way down. I think this is like hidden in the bottom. There we are. There's the core. Just change the pistol. I've got loads of pistol ammunition. So we just blast out the core. I mean, taking over a neutral base is quite easy, but I personally, it's not something I actually like doing because of the. Oops, seem to get through with a lot of ammunition. Because I think the bases are more active. Because the downside is the fact that, well, I think we can just should now be able to disassemble our way out of here. And I suppose I could actually just put the core in here actually, like that. And now, so on the surface it looks right. I've gained a nice big base here, all well set up. But the downside, oh, you. I should have known. Again, it's the hazard of walking around a base and talking, but we didn't actually take that much damage. But what I was going to say, guys, before that sneaked up on me, the downside is if you take a base over, you then come responsible for all the oxygen and power. So as an operational base, but you can see here all the NPCs are here, but they don't seem to be moving. So I wonder if they will eventually de-res. They don't seem to actually be moving. I mean, they've almost like they've frozen, don't they? Yeah, so that's the reason why I generally don't take over bases, because I've now got responsibility. Oh, this one's actually walking around. He's moving. So maybe it's just the two guys out here. As I say, I think the bases, neutral bases, have more use actually, well, as proper neutral bases, not as owning the base. As I say, I tend to just host, and I'm repeating myself now, guys. I don't think there's a med centre here, so we'll probably have to go home and get healed up. I think I'm just going to leave this core in. I can't, yeah. Well, we can always grab a bit more oxygen, and I'm just going to wander back now. So I hope that answers your question. As I say, and they didn't turn hostile. I'm sure they would have turned hostile in the past, but correct me if they're wrong, if I'm wrong, guys. As I say, it's not something I do very often. But what you can do is actually just get here, change the guns. What you can do is actually shoot. Oh, there's some alien plasma here. I really would like to collect that. Let's move in a bit and just level off. I think we should be okay here, guys. This is very good for first aid kits, and I'm getting a little bit low, so I think maybe I just gather this up while I can see it. That'd be quite useful. As I say, we should be okay. I don't think there's going to be too many hostiles. So that's moving around. Okay. I mean, I could hover between them in my ship, but I think it's just easy. I mean, compared to Aku, one of the advantages of Omicron is that you can actually see what's creeping up on you compared to Aku. The problem with Aku is the long grass. Things can... I hear something there. Nope, okay, we're okay, guys. That spider coming up behind me has made me a little bit twitchy. So we're just gonna... I think that will... I'm just gonna jump back into the ship and take off. Yeah, we got a nice... It's actually been put there. I can't see the point of putting it in the cargo because we're going back to the base anyway. So that covers that, guys. Let's get back into third person as you guys keep lecturing me on. Now the next bit is going to be a little bit more complex and convoluted, and it's kind of going to consist of two parts. Now, one is that John has reminded me that Alpha 8 is on the horizon, and of course one of the downsides of early access games is that there's a very real possibility that that release will break the save games on both my Let's Plays. So I'm kind of thinking about the post Alpha 8 release and what to do in this Let's Play with that's on, because as John points out, it could be only a few weeks away, so we're only talking about another 4 or 5 parts on this series. And what I'm kind of thinking, guys, and I'm going to put it out there, out for your opinion, because I do value your opinion, is maybe when Alpha 8 comes out that I bring this series to an end, not the Aku series, just this series, and we're going to start again. And I have a concept in mind, and again it's based on a comment from somebody, and I can't actually remember who actually asked the question, and I can't even remember if it's actually on this series. I think just a bit of an aside, guys, I'm actually now starting to understand when I've watched YouTubers in the past and they've kind of apologized for not answering everybody's comments and not getting back to people, and I'm actually starting to understand that now. That it does take time to read comments and understand them, and I think the biggest problem is that when you're making a video like this, it actually gets very, very confusing over, let's see, I think we can put all the good stuff in the advanced. Yeah, it gets very, very confusing over who said what. It may not make sense, guys, but it does. It's you actually get to the point where you remember the comments, but actually remembering who said them is quite difficult. And to give you an idea, guys, for this video I've actually made a list of the comments that I actually want to talk about, so that gives you an idea. Anyway, I've digressed a little bit again, guys, and I've also forgot what I was talking about. I think we can I think we could probably make some. No, we don't have any tomatoes. Okay, we'll just make a couple of salamis with that. We can put that in there. We can put the alien plasma in, so which means we've got plenty of purified water. So maybe I'll just drop 10 in there. So there's no point worrying about too much for that. And we can just take the salami back. We've got the canned meat. Got rocket missiles. They can go in. Let me just do this, guys, and then I'll get back to what I was talking about. I think we'll keep that. Actually, that can go into the fridge. One of my multiple fridges, if I can find them. There they are. So this can go into the fridges. That can go into there. Oh, and that needs to go into back into the food. Just shove that into the food processor. Yeah, okay, that's done, guys. Now let me get back to what I was going to be talking about. The comment the person's asked was, had I ever considered playing this game from the point of view of a mobile base? And I've been kind of thinking about this off and on for some time, how you'd actually go about it. And the conclusion I've come to, and this is a kind of scenario for a let's play, is we land on Aku, maybe Omicron, we find a neutral base, we kind of host in it, build up the resources and the experience to build maybe a small vessel, and then that small vessel effectively could become our first mobile base. And then the idea is you work towards a capital vessel, and that can become a permanent mobile base. And then once you've got that mobile base up and running, then the theme would be to go out and explore all the different planets. It's something I've never completely done. I've visited a few planets in this game, but I haven't visited all of them. So that's the theme I'm thinking about to replace this series with, but I don't want to start it until Alpha 8 comes out, just in case the save game does break. And what I'm interested in, guys, is what's your opinion on that? You know, what do you think? Do you think that's a goer? And I think what we're going to do is, I just don't want to hang around here. I think we're just going to push off and go and get some more resources. No, we could go and loot one of the existing buildings that I've already got. Why have I got no lights? Oh, for some reason my lights are turned off. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about, guys. So feel free to pass an opinion. Do you think it's a good idea, a bad idea? I want to go this way because I want to check something out. And now that leads me in what to do with this campaign until Alpha 8 comes out, because I just don't want to stop it. And I'm kind of thinking, guys, about building a capital vessel. And again, we've Dusk Prowler and Scott Turner. Oh, that's a question as well, guys. Scott Turner asked me if I'm going to make my base airtight. And the answer is no, simply because of what I've just been saying, guys. Is I want to get up into space and do some exploration, even with this current series. So I can't see the point of spending the time actually making the base airtight. It's fit for purpose for what it's meant to be doing. But if I was going to stay on the planet for much longer, I probably would make it airtight and expand the food production. But of course the problem I've got, and this comes back to why we're actually drifting across the planet, the surface of the planet, is the fact that from the point of view of interesting points of interest, there hasn't been many on this planet. And the only two that are really left now is the drone base. I want to mark the drone base and the abandoned factory. So these are the only two left which are any challenge, because I've taken out these radar stations and I've explored the planet pretty thoroughly. I mean, the vehicle port is neutral as far as I know. So it's only the drone base and the abandoned factory that kind of pose a challenge on this planet, and then it just become a grind. So this comes back to what I've been talking about, I think in the previous part as well, is a capital vessel. So but my thinking is, guys, I want to build a capital vessel. I was originally thinking about building one from scratch, but based on your suggestions, my inclination is that to actually build one in the factory and then maybe just go out and do some general exploration until Alpha 8 comes out, and maybe we can go and find another planet and have a bit of fun, guys. I think maybe can we actually, I don't know if I've actually completely looted this building. It looks pretty empty. Okay, let's just do a bit more looting while I'm talking, guys. Yeah, so that's my thought process. Let's just, because obviously if I'm going to be building a capital ship, actually I think what I'm going to do is I think we're going to do that, guys. Okay, let me just cancel that. It's F2 and we'll put the capital vessel. And what I'm kind of thinking is I've picked this minimal one up from the workshop, and my idea is maybe to build this and then mod it a bit, because it doesn't say, I think one of the things that annoys me slightly with when you go out onto the workshop and here, it doesn't actually tell you what's in the ship, what's invaded there. You've kind of got a half guess. The other possibility is, I actually really like this one actually, guys, from the prefabs, simply because it's just got that aggressive, almost predatory look to it. I mean, some of the other ones, I mean, they look pretty utilitarian. I mean, plus the big problem is going to be gathering the resources. I don't want to spend too long gathering the resources. This looks, I mean, this looks interesting, but this is the one I really like. So I think what I want to do is work towards that. Obviously we're going to have to go out and gather the resources, so that opens up the possibility that I may have to build another small vessel. Oops, we left some stuff in here actually, guys. Oh, look at that. A bit of a fail there, guys. Okay, so let's have a good look round here. Yeah, so that's what I'm kind of thinking of, guys. And I'm open to suggestions. Okay, let's just, we can always grab, so I suppose the more resources we get, we've got another one here. Okay, obviously very lapsadaisical here. Oh, pentaxit, that could be useful because we're going to need that for fuel. I mean, or the other alternative is, guys, that, well, I just drop this series and concentrate on Akua. But I am interested in your suggestions, so I'm going to leave it open-ended from that perspective, guys. I think we're just going to grab here the copper. That will give me copper. Oh no, it's just steel plates, electronics. Okay, I'm sure these used to give me copper. And again, that's okay. Right, anything else here? Okay. Oh, we got some lights on them. That's going to give me optical fibers. So we're just going to loot this out a little bit, and then we're going to go creep up on the things. So just want to do a bit of this, guys. Yeah, I must admit, one of the things that gets me with this game, actually, guys, and it's not a complaint, is I sometimes forget, and I think this comes back to the comment about Alpha 8, because this game has come so far, I actually tend to forget that it's still in early access. You know, that it's not the finished game, and I actually tend to play it that way now. Where when it first came out, it was very clear that the game was actually in early access, and it's the same with other games but the way this game has come on in, well, especially the last year, since, well, with Alpha 6, and as I say, I do tend to forget. Okay, I think I'm just picking up hardened plates here. I mean, hardened plates are quite useful from the point of view of shoving into a capital vessel, but okay, just a few more, and then we're, oops, that's only a, okay, I'm just gonna jump in here. And the other reason I've also been kind of stalling, guys, is that I don't like actually, oops, get away from here, level off. I don't like creeping up on bases in the dark. I like to actually see. Okay, come on, don't mess about. Now the problem with here is I want to keep away from there, because there's the drone base, and it's going to be quite interesting to actually attack here, because you can see you've got the drone base here, and we've actually got the which has obviously got cannons. Oh, I've flown into the pole, so maybe we'll fly over here and just get the mini guns, which are actually better than. And you can see the abandoned factory is actually protected by drones. And the problem is, if I shot those drones down, before I could even loot those drones, what would actually happen is that the drone base would actually effectively, come on, level off please. Yeah, the drone base would just send out new drones. I mean, just to show you an example, guys, if we can get it. Well, it's gone too far away. Okay, maybe if we sneak in. I mean, and of course you can see the, what's that? I've been firing now. Oh, come on. Oh, come off it. I'm firing right at you. Okay. Oh, we got the troop ship anyway. I was firing right at those drones. They ghosted. That was crazy, guys. Anyway, we might be able to get in and get the troop ship. But you can see, like I was saying, guys, is that the actual, we should be able to do this, guys. It's going to be a bit risky, but we should be able to do this. I'll just grab this very quickly. Back in, jump back in here. I'm just going to pull back. I'm not going to engage these guys because it just seems pointless. So I think my strategy to attack here is going to have to be take out the drone base first, and then deal with the abandoned factory. But that's going to be fun, guys, because obviously the drone base has got some pretty heavyweight cannons on it, which you can't actually see from here. I think we'd have to go round here, but my ship's probably a bit damaged. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, my Gatling guns have taken a bit of damage. The rocket launchers, we got 52% damage on a spotlight. So there's no point me trying to get in on the drone base. So I suppose the question is, guys, suggestions. do you think I'm on the right track for, well, everything I've been talking about in the video, but more importantly about attacking the drone base? Do I actually hit it, the drone base first, and we'll go in and see if we can destroy it? I mean, we're going to need missiles to take out the cannons. Oh, no, I keep flying into these rocks. Okay, let's do it this way, guys. I know probably I should have been doing it. You're probably all screaming at me. Okay, but yep. So anyway, let's go back to base, guys. Yeah, so that's the proposition, guys, is I'm going to work on building a capital vessel. We're going to have a go at taking out the drone base and the abandoned factory. That will give us extra resources, and well, then we're just go out and do some exploration. But if you think that's a waste of time, guys, feel free to tell me. And what I could do, guys, is the positive side is if I do kind of suspend this let's play until Alpha 8 comes out and we start with a new theme, I will do extra parts of Aku, so you won't lose out on content as such. It just means that I'll be just doing one series instead of two. And I think that's about it, guys. Let me just get back to the base. Obviously it's getting dark. We need to repair our ship because I've been doing stupid things. Moral of the story is, guys, don't attack bases and talk at the same time because it's a waste of time. Actually, one thing I do like about this ship is this, you know, I think that's really cool actually. The way the thrusters, you can see the thrusters in the dark. Maybe I should attack the drone base in semi-darkness so I can actually see the cursor. I mean, that was annoying not being able to, those drones. I was hitting them fairly smack on. Okay, let's just, and we're just gonna, should be able to note back a bit. I want to land on there. That should be it, guys. Yep. And we didn't lose anything as such. Let's just have a quick check, make sure everything is all, yeah, looks everything all nicely healed up, ready to go. And of course I need to go down and heal myself up actually as well. And I think maybe this is where I'm going to wind the video up, guys. I've rambled on far too long, and probably most of you have probably switched off and thought, what the heck's he talking about? But I wanted to get all that off my chest in one hit, guys. What can we do? I think we can eat a waffle, because that's just filling up one slot, and obviously we're going to offload the goodies. Advanced constructor, well, I think that can go in there. That can go in as well. Bit of plastic, some iron ingots. So as you can see here, guys, and this is just the advanced constructor. If I show you the large constructor, you can see we've got loads and loads of steel plates. We've got some cobalt, and there we got a little bit of zirconium and iridium. I mean, we probably don't have enough saphium, but at the same time, I think if I dump a lot of this stuff into the factory, that should take things forward. I mean, I've got lots of stuff in here. We've got some quite upright stuff. I mean, we've got 3 large generators, so that should count. Anyway, guys, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. Feel free to tell me if you think I'm on the right track and pass your opinions. I will try and answer all your comments. And I think this is it, guys. So all I can say is, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.